Prodemokratyczne protesty w Hong Kongu. Wywiad z Gordonem Mathew. Protesty w Hong Kongu trwają już ponad tydzień. Przez ten cały czas liczba protestujących nie maleje. Nasza korespondentka natknęła się na Gordona Mathew, profesora antropologii na uniwersytecie w Hongkongu. Publikował prace takie jak Getto w centrum Świata i Hong Kong, Chiny, nauka przynależenia do narodu. Profesor Mathew podzielił się z nami swoimi poglądami na temat trwających protestów. Wersja tylko anglojęzyczna.
I decided to be quite supportive because I completely agree with my students that basically Beijing did betray Hong Kong. I went to the Tamar Park on Sunday when the police were blocking everything off and we had to fend off all the tear gas there. That was the real center of the protest, and that's where I was glad to be there because I could help. Now I'm just a tourist. I'm walking through here and I'm delighted to see so many of my students and so on here, talking to them, but I'm too old to sleep outside the way they're doing, so I am going home at night. Still, this is a wonderful thing to see. The big question that we have is how all of this is going to turn out. And that scares me a little bit, but so far I'm optimistic. It's wonderful to see how my students and other young Hong Kong people are behaving in such an exemplary way, the finest ideals of civic society.
Is it very different in Hong Kong from the usual Hong Kong now?
Not really, because I think I've also gone to the July 1st marches very often, and I see a similar side of Hong Kong. There's always been this element in Hong Kong. Probably for the last 15 or 20 years, Hong Kong has been shifting from a city based on money and consumption to a city based on political consciousness. We've seen that going on. It's also important to remember that this doesn't represent all of Hong Kong. I think probably a majority of Hong Kong people are more or less represented by this, but there are many people who this doesn't represent. That has to be kept in mind. Still, yeah, this does represent Hong Kong.
So you do a lot of work with Chongqing Mansion, and we know you wrote a book on it. So we have seen a lot of ethnic minorities coming to this protest. What do you think about that? Is it going to I don't know, fostering a solidarity between local Chinese Hong Kongers and other, I don't know, civilizations or...
It could, but probably not much, because one thing about all of these protests is they are in Cantonese. And some South Asians speak very good Cantonese. They can participate. Many more ethnic minorities in Hong Kong don't. And so this is a barrier. I think to truly get rid of that barrier, we would need to have these bilingual settings. But Hong Kong is 94% Chinese, most of them Cantonese-speaking Chinese, so it makes perfect sense it would be the way it is. But that's what we see. Many of the ethnic minorities I now work with most closely are asylum seekers. And many of them are afraid to come here because they are perceived as illegal anyway in some settings, and so they don't want to be here. However, I have encouraged them to come, and I hope at least sometimes they can walk around and see this example of citizenship, because this kind of democracy is not only Hong Kong, I think this is universal. And in Taiwan, you guys already did this a few weeks ago, as I recall, so we're following your footsteps in one sense.
Okay.